What is going on, family? Welcome back, Monday Talks. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Monday, the 20th of January. Welcome back. I hope you guys have had a great weekend, that you guys were able to do your thing accordingly, that your week has started well, and that you are in the best of spirit. May you have indeed a fantastically productive week ahead. Greetings, everyone. Well, today's Monday Talk. Well, there's a lot to be talking about. There's a lot of things going on. I'm realizing that the resonance of last week's Monday Talk was beyond what I was expecting. Greetings. Well, basically, I wanted to continue a little bit on that conversation today because I've received, also according to one of the messages that I've posted yesterday, regarding keeping it together in these in times of difficulties. I've received messages from fellow musicians, remarkably known as well, in their specific areas, and also regular people hitting me up. When I say regular people not from the industry, music industry, both women and men, tell me how much this was needed. And I'm realizing that shit, in all actuality, we're all going through the same shit more or less around the same time. Human beings the things that because of this whole necessity to appear, we don't scratch the surface, and we tend to just think that, that person seems to be good, when actually that person is going through some really rough times. Because the truth is that everybody want to push that narrative that it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to to go to tough times, etc. You should not be judged. But the truth is that we judge people. We systematically take people down when they are down. You know what I mean? There's this thing where it's almost like people thrive on making sure that you feel like shit when you're already in the shit. People want to crack jokes about, for example, if you have a bad financial situation, right? But you're trying to survive, you're trying to make it happen, and then people just take shots at you. I mean, it's disgusting. It's appalling. It needs to be fucking banned from anyone's being to have that tiniest spirit of how do you call this shit? It's negativity. I mean, people forget that just because you are good doesn't mean you will be good all the time. First of all, you don't know what's coming your way, good or bad, right? Secondly, if you're going through some tough times, the tendency, for example, me, right? I'm not even going to go too far. I'm going to talk about me. It's always better to take examples that are, relatable. And I'm relatable because this is my own experience. I also go through tough times. I also have those moments where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I have a tendency to get inside, you know what I mean? To sort of like, close and get into my head, and start thinking. And, everything in me changes, and I'm into this, I have this my face usually it's a weak situation. So for a week, I'm really in these low vibrations. I'm not feeling good. But then, because I've developed this system, I keep telling you guys about my system. My system has been, I love this idea of the principle. It's a principle of life for me. I am a solution-driven person. And sometimes I find myself in situations where I don't have the solution right away. I feel trapped. I feel cornered. I don't have the vision necessary to find the solution to my problem. And so what happens is that when this shit happens, You feel fucking low. You feel depressed, and you feel like, you're powerless. You see? When I encounter difficult times, challenging times, my absolute first reaction is closing, right? You don't want to speak too much. You don't want to talk about it too much. You don't want to share it necessarily because you'll be ashamed, because you're not supposed to be going through this. You're not supposed to be going through that. This whole and it's even more complicated when you're a public figure, because there's always this thing that goes with the appearance and the image. But then at some point you're like, what the fuck? I'm a human being just like everyone else, And if by being myself means that I am vulnerable, then so be it, right? But of course, there's got to be a bit of balance as to how much you're sharing out there, right? Because unfortunately, not everybody has the best intentions. Some people thrive in your pain. Some people are happy to see you going through some tough times. Some people want to see you not doing well. You understand? But your light is your fucking light. Pardon my French, huh? But your light is your fucking light. Nobody can dim that but yourself. Thank you. Gift done today. Yes, indeed. We are powerless over others, but we can sit and change ourselves. The truth is this. It depends. Some people need to be standing and moving to change stuff. Some people need to be sitting and meditate and being in a meditative state. Whatever works for you. But the thing is that don't let others affect your shit. Don't let others, remove you from your focus. Throw you out of balance. Somebody will give you a couple of punches, might kick you in the face, punch you in the face with a serious, uppercut. You'll be knocked out for a moment, but you got to get back on your feet because the fight continues. Because the war is never over. Don't compare your life to someone else's life. I'm telling you this, guys. There are people in my industry, right, that came after me or alongside me that are much more, appearance successful than I am. That they have more. They have more this, more that, more possession of that. You know what I mean? It's all perception, and it's all good because we need that diversity. This mentality that we can only grow to a certain level, and if you grow too big, then we're gonna take you down. No, F no. I'm gonna push you. Grow, man. Get out there. Shine, because you know what? Everybody's time is set a certain way. If it doesn't work now, it doesn't mean it will never work. It just means you have to be patient. You have to be understanding of the process. You understand? Don't force things. Let things be the way they need to be according to when they're supposed to be. However, in the meantime, you prepare yourself. You meditate, analyze what it is that you can do in order to elevate. Always. It's okay to feel low. It's okay to feel a little bit sad. It's okay to feel like, the world is against you. You have that right. And probably it is true. Merci Frangin, à toi aussi. La bise à toute la famille. And, as long as you don't let that emotion, you don't let these emotion actually, these emotions with an S, sorry, affect you too long, you're going to win. Because this is a battle between you, your ego, and yourself. Nothing else. When you remove the ego equation of that, when you remove the ego from that equation, you already are coming with a little bit less stress because the ego fucks you up all the time. Oh my God, shit. Damn. For example, you're at the gym, right? Oh my God, this guy has six-pack, or this girl has a bigger booty than I do, or whatever the fuck it is that, makes you feel insecure. But why the fuck do you compare yourself anyway? Don't. You are fucking amazing the way you are. It doesn't matter what people think. You know? There is something that I've learned because I read a lot and I listen to a lot of audiobooks. I'm educating myself all the time. Facts are just opinions. Actually, and it's true. Some of it, obviously. There are factual truths that everybody has seen and witnessed and that you can't deny. But then, really, if you think about it, what somebody makes as a fact regarding you is an opinion. So, it only stands any sort of like ground if you give it space for it. If you give it space to grow. But the truth is that you have to kill that bad herb anyway because it's not true. You know? That's like somebody saying, well, you know, Boddhi, you're a big guy, you know, but you know what? I see that you love to drink Coca-Cola all the time. Motherfucker. You saw me, just because you've seen me, every time we've seen each other, I was drinking Coca-Cola. Doesn't mean I'm drinking Coca-Cola every day. It so happens that I drink Coca-Cola whenever we meet. And if you think about it, whenever we meet, it's in a specific environment where I might be tempted to drink Coca-Cola because we're out and about or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? So this becomes a fact for that person. It's a fact that you are always drinking that. And that's also why, you know, they start making, you know, explanation. Oh, well, that's probably why you're fat. That's probably why you're this. That's probably... Fuck you. It's not about that. You know, you're right. Thank you for observing that every time we see each other, yes, you see me drinking Coca-Cola. Next time, I will change that. You're very right. Thank you very much. But I don't drink every day. But it becomes a fact for you. So cool. My truth is my truth. I know that I have my way of life. I drink my water, fucking liters of water every day. I'm good. But thank you for looking out. It comes for some people from a good intention, so I won't take that against you. Greetings indeed. Colombia in the building. And what I'm trying to say, in other words, is don't give too much credit to criticism. Unless it's going to empower you and it's going to make you feel. And sometimes the criticism is not nice to hear because it's ugly truth. It's shit that makes you face yourself, you know, and fucking see the reality. This is not fun. Look, man, look, fuck, you guys have no idea, man. Since last year, I've been just punched in the face with shit like boom, my life, like karma shit, like back, past, not that I'm a bad person, but just like any human being, you will hurt people, you will do shit, like, fuck it is what it is. And then here I am, you know, with my vision, my determination, my courage, you know, my drive, and then shit just keep hitting me in the legs and like, you know, slowing me down and making me fall on my knees and I have to get back up and it's like, oh my God, let me breathe a second, you know? But it doesn't let you breathe, it keeps punching, you're like, you to the point where you just, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen a fight, MMA fight, for example. For those who like me are practicing any martial arts, there's a point where when you're overwhelmed, you it's almost like a child. Well, you're a child, you know. You start, you know, you just protect yourself to the best of your capacity, and you just wait until it's over. That's where you have to sharpen your understanding of the person who was attacking you, of the person who is through her or his words trying to destroy you or trying to uplift you. You have to there's a difference between those things. And it's sometimes very fine. It's a very fine line. You must be able to perceive it. But we are addressing the topic of people who are determined to mess up with your balance. Let me tell you something. If you start visualizing things and putting things into a certain perspective, you realize that you gave it, the power you gave it was ridiculous because it really had no specific power over you but the one you gave it. Stop empowering people who are fucking you up because, you know, if I love you, I must hurt you. Nah, man. as a friend, as a lover, as a parent, as a brother, as a sister. It's okay to to discipline somebody, but there's love. There's got to be love. If all you do is fucking people up, and if all people do to you is, affecting you in a negative way, then you are doing something wrong. Yeah, but you're right. That question is a good question. But the thing is that some people, you can't remove them from your life easily. It can be a parent. It can be anybody. It can be somebody that you're in love with. It can be anything. So that mindset is always, and that question that you're posing is interesting because it's always from the perspective of you being good and being on your own and, not having any headache. But when you start developing a certain connection with somebody, and it doesn't have to be sexual, just a connection, you start crediting that person with something. You start valuing that person. You start putting that person on a certain level of appreciation for yourself, right? And it could start affecting you. Now, of course, one thing that is absolutely in your power to do is to remove that person the moment that person starts acting stupid. Thing is, if you think about the fact that it takes time to build trust. It takes time to build solid relationships. You will give it time. You'll be like, okay, it happens. It's okay. A little bit this. It's personalities, because you won't necessarily dismiss everybody just because they're doing, they farted the wrong way or, they did something. We all understand that there's a balance, of course. But the point is that as long as it's manageable, it's okay. The moment it becomes toxic, and there's no conscious efforts to change that toxicity and realize that, oh shit, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And working together in helping dim down that toxicity and even kill that toxicity, you will always encounter problems where you feel like you are sort of like an emotional crutch or punching ball for people. If you intimidate others, don't lower yourself to their level. I'm sorry. We're not all made the same. Yes, we are all human beings. Yes, we all have red blood in our veins, but we are not all made the same, my brother. Or my sister, for that matter. We have to understand that experience shape us. And the results of these experiences will determine how we will treat ourselves and how we will treat others. Of course, there is a limit. Of course. But this is the thing. Sometimes some people have developed high skills of manipulations. They know how to control you without you realizing that they are actually the ones giving you the headache. They're the ones holding you back. It requires, once again, a lot of honesty with yourself. It requires a lot of honesty, accepting. It requires a capacity to accept that this person that you've entrusted is not worthy of your trust. So, bottom line is, we are capable of changing shit in our lives and making things better. Please, family, I swear to God, remember one thing. We only have one fucking life, man. I don't know if I'm going to come back. I mean, I would love to believe that, but I don't know. Some people say, yeah, I used to be this in another life. I would love to believe that. And so a part of me wants to believe it. But all I know is that nobody came back to tell me, hey, shit, fuck, I died yesterday, but nobody. All right? So, as much as I'm a spiritual person, I'm super open, I'm spirited, I'm open to a lot of things. All I know is that for now, this is what I got, this is what you got. We don't know how long we're going to be here for. And we can't let stresses of everyday life fuck us up. Money is the number one thing that fucks people up. Relationship, self-worthiness, etc., etc. We can't let money affect us like that. Money is an energy. Whether you understand or you don't understand what I mean, it will take time for you to probably do. But for those of you who understand, money is an energy. When they say money doesn't make you happy, the thing is this: Money is a magnifier of who you really are. If you're a motherfucker, it will make you even more of a motherfucker. If you're a fucking dickhead, it will make you more of that. And if you're a good person, it will enhance the goodness in your personality. You know, you have to really, obviously you have to be careful with who you're picking to surround you, but you never know how people are going to turn out to be. And at the same time, you cannot evolve always with fear. You got to trust, because this is the world we live in. We live in a world of validation. We need to be validated by others. We need to be able to trust and feel like we can be trusted as well. So money is indeed a tool, Stacey. You're very right. But it's beyond a tool. It is a necessity. Because without money, let's all be fucking clear. I would be on the streets fucking begging for my life and having a little bit of money to survive. And with all truth being told, don't be fooled by a lot of people's, fucking glitters. Some people don't know how they're going to pay their bills. Me as an artist, as a person, this shit happened to me so many times where I didn't know where I was going to find the money to even fucking buy a can of fucking food. You understand? I'm telling you something here, family. Fucking A, man. Let's wake the fuck up. Don't be fooled by what you see, the fluff, all that shit. Everybody has the sun to shine for themselves and the people they love, etc. Your time is yours to pick. You decide now what you're worthy of. And don't feel like, no. Stop with the bullshit of self-pityness. Wake the hell up. Take your fucking balls in your hands. Women and men, because women have balls as well. In a figurative terms, obviously, but it's a figurative term that I'm talking about. Family, let's grab our shit and let's own it. It's a tool that is necessary, but we can attract the tool. Money is an energy that you can attract, and there's a mindset to it. There's a necessity for you to perceive the mindset behind the money. It is a tool, it is an energy, and it is something that if you are, it's like I would say this, so I'll give that example. If there's a girl that you really like, and you're too much on her, she's gonna run away. And money is like that. It's a very stupid example because it might be a little bit machista, but it is indeed a very visual example that everybody can understand. You just have to understand the right balance. You want money, but you don't have it. The thing is that it's not about wanting money. You have to create the situations that will bring about that energy, that will make you the light or the magnet to attract what will provide you with those opportunities. You understand? If I walk like this, I'm broke, man. She's fucked up, I don't deserve nothing in my life. The fuck? Money doesn't like that. It ain't sexy. Money like, motherfucker, please stay there. I'm good, man. I'm gonna move on to somebody else because it's the fucking truth. You have to have as we say, there's another thing that I've learned when I was younger. You don't beg God. You ask, you make a demand. Not as if God owes you something. But you must be sure, because if you're not sure of what you're asking for, you're not gonna get it. You have to know, you have to believe it in your heart. Family, I'm telling you, this is no religion bullshit. This is none of that. This is about fucking common sense and understanding. You have to read, you have to educate yourself about who you are. Understand what rules you. What is the fundamental truth about you. I know my weaknesses and I know my strengths. But strengths are so evident, we should not even talk about the strength. We should talk about the weaknesses. That's what you need to work on, the weakness. And thank you, Vijay Mavi. You do not ask with doubt in your heart. Be sure, be confirmed, be assumed, be firm. Fucking name, man. I'm telling you some shit here, yo. Damn, telling you. This shit is real. The power of the intention. If you set your intention in a way, oh man, I will tell you. I will give you an example. So for the longest time, I was like, oh, I need to call like XYZ guy to really teach me how to play those, R&B and neo soul chords, the B minor, progression chords, etc., etc. And then one time I was like, man, fuck all that, man. I don't have that money to pay this guy. At the time, I was just like, completely shattered. Musically, I was feeling a little bit lost. I didn't quite know where to go. Anyway, long story short, I took tutorials, and I was just looking at those tutorials, putting them in the background, playing all sorts of music. Again, that doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. You have to have that kind of mind. Where I'm very good at if I visually see it and I hear it specifically, I can reproduce it. And so I just started messing around with my keyboards, and I just set that intention. I said, look, I want that knowledge to penetrate in my system and allow me to be translated into sounds. 1 month, 2 months, something like 3 months after that, all of a sudden, I was messing around, making a new song. I think it was one of my releases from, I can't remember. It could have been the one with James Germain. I can't remember. It was around that time. Key progression got crazy. I was like, oh, damn, okay. By key progression is like if you look at a piano, there's the black keys and the white keys. And to mix them together, if you don't know it, it's completely, it doesn't make any sense. So, all that to say, I've asked for that. I've set an intention with certitude, understanding that this was what I wanted, this is what I want, and I'm demanding to receive it. Your intentions have to be right. The purpose for what you're asking me for has to be right. So, please, once again, fam, I won't take you much longer. Believe in your damn selves. I know it's not easy. I know a lot of shit is fucking dragging you down. You got debt collectors knocking at your door. You got, a partner that's telling you that you're a piece of shit. You got your kids that's probably making you feel like you're nothing. You got your mother, your father telling you that you're nothing. You got I don't know. You got all your shit going on. But you know what? Those will pass. They will pass because if you stop giving it power, if you disconnect from that, you have to ask, it doesn't matter if you believe in God or if you don't believe in anything, and that's cool. But if you believe in your capacity, in yourself, because let's not go too far. We are a reflection of divinity. Some of us just refuse to embrace who we are. That's it. Understand who you are. Manifest it. Come correct with your shit. Because nothing proper grows in dirt. But at the same time, it is true that if you look at herbs, green, it is out of dirt, it's out of shit that, the salad grows and that you're able to come and eat. The shit of the cows, etc. So, in other words, there's dirt and dirt. You understand? So, understand that imperfection is perfection. But staying in your ways is not perfection. That's how I would sum it up. Let's be firm on what we want. It's okay if you don't know, but at least ask for something. And you will be granted that request. I guarantee you, man. The funny thing is that we've been configured and taught to not believe in ourselves, to think that, we are not going to get where we want to get, etc., that we're not worthy of anything. Fuck that shit, man. You can get everything you want, but the intention has to be right. And you will see, once you get it, if that's only what you wanted, you'll realize something that Gary Vee says. If some of you follow this guy called Gary Vee, it's not the result. And I'm the same way. And I believe, even I was having this conversation with Keisha the other day. We are the same in that matter. It's like, we love the process. The process to get there. The pain, the hustle, the grind. I mean, it's hard. It's fucking difficult. We live in an industry, in an industrialized world where we all have our functions to play and perform in. And understand the process is the most exciting part. Because once you get there, you get there. That's it. You have to set a new set of goals. And if you're happy there, then that's cool for you. That's cool. But yeah, set your intentions, believe in yourself. Don't let nobody drag you down. Understand that you're worthy of getting what you want and what you think you deserve. Because you know what? No one, but absolutely no one, is better placed than yourself to know what is right for you. And if that happens to be wrong for you, time will tell you. But if you don't ask, and if you don't work for it, because it's not just asking, it's working for it, is setting up a lot of things. It's a bit complex, but at the same time, it's simple. But to make it simple, once again, ask. And it's funny though, it's being told that ask and you shall receive. But there's a way to ask. And there's an intention. Intention has to be set accordingly. Be rooted in yourself, fam. Yo, please, I'm not nobody's guru. I'm not a spiritual whatever. I'm just a guy that's sharing you my personal experience, what I'm seeing and what I'm practicing as in my everyday fucking principles and how I overcome, moments where I feel super depressed, super fucking down. Take it, live it, up to you. But that's just me. Thank you very much for following this Monday Talks today. And for those of you who are every week with me, you're most appreciated. For those of you just discovering, you already know. You can see this Monday Talk on YouTube later on. I'm going to upload it in a bit. And you guys have a fantastic week. Set your intentions. Believe in yourself. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. And if people are being toxic in your life, set your intentions as well for them to be removed from your life so that you can be at peace and they can be at peace without you. Because in the end, there's no necessity for us to continue wasting time with people who are not willing to love us the way we are and the way we want to be. Thank you very much. Blessings, family. Blah, blah, blah. Let's go. Oh, by the way, before I leave, Friday, Amisana, Dance With Me. That's the title of my next joint with the legendary Sly Johnson, the Mike Buddha. If you don't know Sly Johnson, oh my gosh, you're about to get a vocal treatment like you've never had it. We have more collaborations coming in, but this one, this Friday, on all the digital platforms, don't miss it. It's a beautiful, marvelous, soulful joint. Really, really nice to start the year, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you very much. Peace out. Let's do this.